You know, I could be talking about anything I wanted to right now, right? I could be talking about the Cody Jake Paul situation. I could be talking about John Wick 3. I could be talking about Igor. But instead, I recently got a chance to see Aquaman. So Aquaman is a movie that came out in 2018 and was directed by sort of the new face of horror in terms of directing, James Wan. Someone with both like legitimate prowess as a director, legitimate credibility. Also someone with, you know, a Fast and Furious movie under his belt. Now, first going into this movie, I wasn't really expecting it to, you know, be entertaining at all. I was really just expecting a dull, bland, boring DC movie like we've always gotten. My God, was this movie a pleasant surprise. First of all, I think I can just say that this movie has one of the best openings I think I've ever seen. So they take this old guy and then they CGI him to look younger. He's on the dock and he's doing a thing, and then this lady shows up, right, out of nowhere. They fall in love, they have a baby, and that baby's gonna be Aquaman. And so one day, while they're taking care of their baby and they're just having a nice conversation, these big-ass, like, dudes in Iron Man suits just bust through the door, and then she breaks out her giant spear, or whatever, Poseidon, the trident thing. She starts... But the thing is, the twist is, I was not expecting this. The action is really good. Like the first action scene that I just described, that was done in like, there was like 3 takes. That's kind of insane. A lot of it is practical. Obviously, like there's not too much CGI going on except for some of the external elements. And the choreography is pretty great. And it's just such a cool, badass, well done scene that's introduced and intertwined in the story in the most ridiculously retarded yet fun way possible. I literally don't know how to hook someone in my film if that's not how you do it. So Aquaman grows up, he's like a cool superhero guy, and he does cool superhero things. He's Jason Momoa and he's just like, yeah. Oh yeah. His first sequence is like the thing where he's like invading a submarine, beats up a bunch of people, and then he beats up this guy, and then he beats up his dad, and he's almost gonna kill him, and then he's just like, no, I'm Jason Momoa. I'm not gonna kill you. And so after he doesn't kill him, he like climbs up a ladder and then he just dips. He's gone. And so the guy that he beat up is gonna come into play later because he's gonna become the coolest villain of the 21st century. He's like driving a truck, and then this lady comes up to the shore and she's just like, you have to be the king of Atlantis. And he's just like, no, I don't want to be the king of Atlantis, you stupid, stinky, poo-poo stank. She's just like, a big tidal wave scene thing happens, then it comes in and it's just like, hello, I am tidal wave, and then it goes so the lady saves them from dying in a tidal wave. She has like this big old air bubble, and he's just like, oh my god, the tidal wave thing happened, now you have to become the king of Atlantis. Oh wait, yeah, and then there's Atlantis, I forgot to introduce that. The movie almost did too. Atlantis is a thing, and it's a big old city. They go to Atlantis. He meets his brother. He's just like, brother, you can't start a war. Oh yeah, that's why the lady came to the surface, by the way. Because she came to the surface, she was gonna come get Aquaman, and she's just like, they're gonna start a war between the other people in Atlantis because he wants to rule the world. And so he's just like, yo, bro, I don't care about this, but just like, don't fight, man. And so they do a duel thing, like a duel sequence between Aquaman and his brother. And then Willem Dafoe's character is like, it's not a fight, it's an execution. The lady saves Aquaman by taking him away, like, you're not gonna die. Dude, the best part of the movie is when they wash up on shore, like the shore of like the Sahara Desert or something. Pitbull is playing, like a Pitbull adaptation of Africa by Toto is playing. And it is so epic. And so that sequence happens, then they get on a plane, and then they jump off the plane. And then they go underground. They have to go underground and they have to find like a scroll thing to know, because essentially what they're trying to do is they're trying to find Poseidon's trident, right? For Aquaman, so that way he can be epic and kill his brother in cold blood. They need to find this scroll, and the scroll has a map in it to where Poseidon's trident is. In order to activate the scroll and show the map, you need to put water on it because it's an Atlantis thing. The lady takes like a drop of sweat or something from Jason Momoa, and she's just like, "Bloop, there you go." And then Jason Momoa is just like, "I could have taken a piss on it."
Hey, got him.
Jason Momoa and the redhead lady are in Italy now, and it's real sweet and it's real nice, and they're about to find the way to Poseidon's trident. What ends up happening is that right in the middle of their conversation, again, there's a big explosion and a bunch of guys in red suits come around, and they're just like... And so the guy that Jason Momoa beat up on the submarine is back, and he has a white-ass helmet, and he's about to beat Jason Momoa up with his laser eyes. Jason Momoa and the redhead lady split up because the redhead lady is getting chased by all these red guys in suits, and then the guy with the white helmet, his name is Black Manta. Black Manta and Aquaman are having their own little solo fight of like revenge and stuff. So the whole sequence where redhead lady is running away from all the red guys is also really, really cool, because there are so many fantastic shots. Like the one shot where the red guy, he busts into like this house and he's like looking around and he's trying to find redhead lady, and he's like busting through all the walls. That is such a cool shot, because a lot of it is done practically and the CGI bits are done so well. It's such a cool sequence, and like literally that whole scene is unironically super well shot, super well edited, had a great soundtrack because it's all like 80s and it's like everyone's beating each other up, and it's all really well choreographed and it's all really well shot, and it looks great. The set pieces are ridiculous, but they're amazing. There's a sequence where they jump off the bell tower and it's exploding, and that looks gorgeous. Like this is really a good sequence. Like even if you don't want to watch the movie, if you don't think you can handle something this like I guess cringy, at least watch that one sequence. Look up the Italy action scene. Just look that up and watch it, because my god, it is so good, my man. They win, of course they win, and then they get on a boat, right? Yeah, yes, they get on a boat. And then there's like this horror sequence with like a bunch of like amphibian monsters. Jason Momoa has to take the flare, and then he has to go into the ocean and like bring them all down, and it's all super cool, super well done. It's very visually well done. And then they wind up on shore where Aquaman's mom lives, because Aquaman thought that his mom was dead after the first action sequence at the beginning of the movie. He thought his mom got taken away and then she died or something. But no, she didn't die. She was actually just living on an island by herself. She was actually just Ja Rule. He goes under a waterfall, and then he meets this big, was it a snake or was it a lizard? I can't remember. It was a big monster thing, and it's just like, hey, you're stinky. And it beats him up, and then he grabs Poseidon's trident, and he's just like, I will literally... And so he walks out, and he like puts this thing on the ground. What's up, Mom? I'm Aquaman. After that scene, they go to Atlantis because they need to stop the brother from waging war on everybody. There's this big, kind of cool battle sequence between the brothers' army and then the crab army. Yeah, literally crab rave. And so they do the thing over there. They do the big battle sequence. Aquaman comes in and he's just like, don't kill everybody, man. Don't do that. And the brother's just like, huh, you suck. And he kills everybody anyway. And so somehow they end up on top of a boat. Aquaman does a fight thing with his brother, and his brother's just like, aight, fam, you're chill. They all make up. Everybody's good. The armies are all chill. I have a big smile on my face, I have tears in my eyes, and I am floored by the end of this movie. So the movie's over, and I'm just sitting there reflecting on it, and I think to myself, oh my god, that's the perfect movie. It's entertaining in every sense of the word, right? It doesn't matter if the acting is good or bad. In fact, the acting is pretty horrible throughout all fronts, but it doesn't matter, because it's so entertaining, and everyone is so blatantly aware of the fact that this is just a big dumb action movie with bad story and bad acting, and they don't care, and they're just like, whatever, man, we're just trying to have as much fun as possible, and that's exactly what they do. They have as much fun with it as they can, and it looks great, and I wasn't bored. The only sequence that I was bored with is like the whole like here's the companies and here's the different kingdoms and stuff like that. Like, that was the only place that I was bored in. Like, this entire movie was so relentlessly entertaining throughout the whole thing, whether it be really excellently, unironically well done action sequences, or really awfully entertaining, like, terrible character parts. Like, either way, it's entertaining. It doesn't matter what part you're at. It's just fun, whether it be ironic fun or unironic enjoyment of a good action sequence. Does that make sense? Yes, it does make sense. And I think for the most part, I am wrapped up with this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good one. Have a solid smackaroony. Have a great weekend. Have a great month. Have a great year. Do whatever you want. Go on a bike ride. Go drive your Panzer around. Do that. Have a good night. See ya.
Try to stop crossover.